All right, this is the Real Sports Fan Podcast. Back for another episode. Man, I'm recording this on Monday, April the 11th. Man, NBA playoffs is getting ready to kick off. Got my guys here. Same guys you've seen for our NFL off-season breakdown. If you didn't get to watch that, go subscribe to YouTube, Real Sports Fan Podcast, and check that out. But man, we're gonna get into it about these playing games and about the playoff matchups and even about the MVP. I got Mr. Felix Weeks. Big Phil, what's good with you?
Going on?
Sir, man. Good to see you again, man. Good to see you. My man, he got me in the shootout on Saturday morning. We had a little shootout at the Y. 2 tire breakers. He got
That's right.
You know what I mean? Then I got Sam I am down there. I don't know why you got that Boston cap on. We beat y'all 2-1 over the weekend. Should have been all 3 games. I know we talking basketball, but baseball should have been all 3 games. You know, oh, you a Boston fan too, ain't you too, Phil? Boston fan too?
Nah, Dodgers.
Oh,
Dodgers.
My bad. Okay. But what's going on, Sam I am? What's good with you?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. You know, it's still early in the baseball season. We ain't got getting there yet. We'll have that.
I know it's early, but you know, anytime the Yankees and the Red Sox play, hey, we don't worry about when it is, brother. You know that. You know that. But that's what's up, though. But yeah, we here to talk some NBA, man. I'm excited. Anytime this time of year it comes, you know, right around my birthday time, man, it's a treat for me to get ready for the playoffs and with the NBA implementing the play-in tournament, you know, it gives us a treat even before the actual playoffs start this weekend. So for everybody out there, you know, first we're going to talk about the play-in games, and that's going to jump off starting Tuesday, April the 12th, with Brooklyn versus Cleveland. And then after that, if I'm not mistaken, I think I don't know if it's actually then it's the Clippers and the Wolves. That's who's starting it off. And then they're gonna go with Atlanta and Charlotte on Wednesday, and then New Orleans and San Antonio. So just with the play-in, we don't have to get, you know, a lot in detail, but obviously Brooklyn being in the play-in tournament is a big deal. You know, obviously them falling into the 7th hole could have been worse than that. So they have an opportunity to win and stay in 7th and then potentially face a Boston, or lose, and then they have to face the winner of Charlotte and Atlanta, and then face potentially Miami. So just talk about first this Brooklyn matchup with Cleveland. What do you guys? I know Sam's a big Brooklyn fan, so I'll actually let him go first. But Sam, what you expecting from this Brooklyn matchup with Cleveland? And I'm sure you're expecting those guys to win the first one. Oh, Sam, I can't hear you, brother.
My fault. I apologize. Definitely expect them to win that first one. I expect them to win it convincingly too.
Okay.
Going to Boston with some momentum.
Okay. And now when you say convincingly, obviously Kyrie going against his former team in Cleveland, then could potentially face another former team in Boston. You know, I haven't heard the Jared Allen news. I don't know if he's expected to play or be back or what. But when you say convincingly, are you expecting a double figure blowout?
Oh yeah. Start to finish, about 12 to 15 point victory.
Well, he sound confident.
You heard it here.
I feel like it's nothing. Like I'm asking. Okay, Phil, what's your
about that?
Yeah, I know. That's
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You heard it tonight.
What's your thoughts on that, Phil, with that Cleveland matchup? I mean, I know Cleveland a little banged up right now. And those guys had a great year, and them being the ACL, I mean, at one point that they were as high as 3 or 4. But what's your thoughts on that matchup, Phil?
Like you said, if they get the big boy back, it's going to really be a dogfight.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a dogfight either way, because they still have some size without him with Mobley and Marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the little guard Garland. He's going to go hard.
He's tough.
So, and the coach has them playing very well.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're just going to lay down.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. They've been getting close games all season.
Yeah, all season.
The Nets, because their defense has not been real competitive. So I think they had KD had a 50-point game and they had lost earlier this season, maybe a couple weeks ago even. So if they don't turn that defense around, it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be no blowout.
Right.
I think there's a possibility to be a real close game, maybe an upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not as I'm along. I'm a little bit more along with you, Phil. I can't say convincingly like Sam is, just because I've seen Cleveland, and even though I'm looking at Jared Allen reports, they don't know if he's going to go, but still with Mobley, Markkanen, Garland is not scared of anything. And then I think you said it, Phil. Brooklyn, they have some holes. I mean, I know everybody keeps talking about KD, Kyrie, and yeah, they can go and get you combined for 60, 70 points. Don't get me wrong, any given night, but Ben Simmons is not supposed to play potentially till the first round, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Defense is still an issue for him. And if Jared Allen does play, and if Jared Allen does play, well, you got him, Mobley, and Laurie Mark on that front line. Now, yeah, they've got Drummond, and Philly helped them because they didn't have any bigs at one point. So they've got Drummond to try to help. But man, them bigs in Cleveland and stuff. So I do. With all that being said, I had Brooklyn winning, and obviously, y'all also know I'm hoping they win. So we don't have to worry about them in the first round. Even if we do, we will beat them. Shout out to Miami. But I'm expecting a little bit closer of a game. I think it'd be a 6-7 point game. And Brooklyn will pull it off. You got any come back with that, Sam, or you just got your mind made up with that?
Y'all made some pretty convincing arguments, but we don't expect them to lay down. But sometimes you gotta get put down.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay.
I'm telling you, 12 to 15 point victory.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So hopefully that takes care of that, and then that would mean, if that happens just like that, that would mean that the winner of Atlanta and Charlotte. I know Phil's been on Atlanta a while this year. He's always said that was a dangerous team. So Phil, if let's say Atlanta, Charlotte, are you going with Atlanta? Is it safe to say both of y'all going to Atlanta on that, or are y'all going with Charlotte, any y'all?
Man, that's gonna be a tough one too.
It is.
I think that's a more tough one than the Nets and Cavs. That's gonna be a tough game because both teams pretty hungry, right now at this point. But I'll give the edge. I'll give the edge to the Hawks because they have the big, and the Hornets don't really have any experience. But I think that one can go either way also.
Yeah. I think so too. And I know Atlanta's missing John Collins.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's gonna be real big there. So and with that being said, Charlotte can really score the basketball. I mean, they can really they won't have Hayward, but they haven't really had him all year. So I don't really think that's a big factor. But I still think somehow Trae Young will get Atlanta, will them to a victory, and then Atlanta be the 8. And because I think Atlanta beat Charlotte. Then actually no, let me step back for a second. I'm jumping the gun. So Atlanta beat Charlotte, Cleveland loses to Brooklyn. Then you have Cleveland versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
Cleveland versus Atlanta. Now I've always been assuming, okay, Atlanta got a good chance to win, but I think I got to roll with Cleveland with Bickerstaff, and I think somehow Jared Allen might still come out there, even if he got the splint on his hand or something. If that matchup is Atlanta and Cleveland, who do you guys got? Getting that 8 seed.
That's a tough one, bro. Yeah, that's tough.
It's tough. It's going. That's why this playing is so fun, because it's do or die. It's like NCAA. It ain't no series, so it's gonna be real interesting on how that goes. But whether it's Cleveland, Atlanta, either one, or even Charlotte, they all play Miami tough. And again, there's no sense that Brooklyn might not lose, and they have to win one. The East has been good top to bottom all year. It's been 10, 11 teams been competing, there. So it's gonna be competitive for sure. Going out west for a sec, I definitely want to hit on the Clippers. I want to ask Phil about the Clippers and Wolves, but before I get to that, Phil, Sam, what's your thoughts on the Pelicans and Spurs? It's one of them series, one of them games. I'm be honest, I ain't really.
Yeah.
I want to see my boy CJ McCollum do a little something. That's my guy. You know what I mean? But I think the Pels will win that and really take care of business with that.
No, I agree. Because I'm not really on my to-do list. I mean, make sure that I'm tuned in. But I think that definitely, I like to say I like Brandon Ingram. So I think him and CJ, see what they do, in the big game. But other than that, I mean, Zion ain't been there all season.
Right.
So.
Right, because I think they'll win that. but I think whoever wins that game, I still think they'll lose to the loser of the T-Wolves and the Clippers. And that's why I wanted to go to Phil at. Phil, your Clippers got Paul George back. We talked a little bit about the other day, Norman Powell. They got them 3D guys. Kawhi doesn't like he's gonna be playing this year. But what's your thoughts on the T-Wolves and the Clippers? And y'all jump to 7 and get the 7 seed, and also the loser that do you expect the T-Wolves to also make it, or do you expect the Pels or the Spurs to get in there?
I'm going Clippers and Spurs.
Clippers and Spurs.
Clippers and Spurs, yeah.
So you expecting the Spurs to beat the Pels, and then the Spurs to beat the
Timberwolves.
Yep.
What's your thought?
I like that. I like the experience. I like Greg Popovich, the coaching experience to pull them through. It's not like they don't have any players. They got plenty of players. They got the big. They got the young guard that gets the triple doubles. Murray. They got the other off guards. I can't call all their names.
They got a couple guys over there.
What you say, the guy Lonnie Walker?
Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker. That's the other one too. I can't call his name.
They got the other forward.
Keldon
Johnson, right?
Yeah. I like him too. And Popovich had them boys right, man. I'm trying to tell you. I just don't think the Timberwolves have experience. I think we're gonna wipe them out.
Well, I definitely think y'all gonna beat I think definitely the Clippers gonna win that. But man, what if that does come up like that though? My thing, what the Spurs gonna do with the cat? What they gonna do with Karl Anthony Towns, bro? You got Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, Jakob there.
Man,
Jakob there.
He's there. He gonna get demolished, man. Cat on the mission, bro. Cat on the mission.
Don't sleep on Jakob, man.
Man,
don't sleep on him.
I know. He's a good pro. But Cat's on a mission this year. He's mean this year. He's talking stuff this year. He's letting you know that you can't do nothing with him this year, and he'll be third team on in my opinion. So I think between him, the defense and the grit of Pat Bev, my young boy Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell, man, I think they'll be too much. And I wouldn't be surprised they beat the Clippers and the Clippers have.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
he set up on that.
I'm just saying, you can forget that.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We got the Jazz out of here. We got them Jazz out of here last season, and we pushed Phoenix to the limit. Don't get it twisted without Kawhi.
My brother, y'all going to get to the playoffs, whether it's the 7 or the 8. But I'm just saying, I expect the T-Wolves to get there too. We'll see. But that being said, the Clippers next year, and this ain't for this time, but they're gonna be real dangerous next year. They get Kawhi back with that guy. This year, I still think whether they're 7th and they have to play. First of all, they want to be 7th. They want to play Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Nobody want to play Phoenix. All right, nobody pushing. No, they're not pushing Phoenix, and they'll probably get. I mean, I'm just being honest. They'll be lucky to get a game on Phoenix. But if they play the young Memphis team, you talk about a team without experience. The Clippers could contend with Memphis and really, I think, push them with Ty Lue being a top 3 coach in the NBA, in my opinion, and then with Paul George playing great ball even since the injury, and all the guys they got, Reggie Jackson, those guys. I could see them pushing Memphis, not beating Memphis, but being like a 6-game series. What you think about that, Phil?
Man, first off, the Clippers can compete with anybody over in that. Don't say we can't.
They don't have Kawhi Leonard.
They didn't have him last year. We took the Suns to the limit without him last year, and we got.
That's not last year's Suns. That's not last year's Suns, Phil. This ain't last year.
I know they might not be as good as last year.
Man, they gonna win. Listen,
might not be as good as last year. I know it's not last year's Suns.
I'll put out here that they might pick to win the championship.
Last year's Clippers. This not last year's Clippers with dull bench. We got more pieces now. Besides these knockoffs we had last year, it's like Serge Ibaka wasn't doing nothing, and
y'all had a couple of
them, huh?
Yeah, you're right. Y'all had a couple of guys that wasn't doing too much, but this
got Norman Powell. We got Covington now.
We got
Zubac. We got Zubac playing well.
I like them boys, but you ain't going out on the limb. I know you're a fan, but you're not going out on the limb and saying they're gonna beat them, though, or you just saying they're gonna compete.
We push them to the limit. last year. We could push it to the limit this year. Anybody in the West. Anybody.
And we'll talk offline. We'll talk offline about Sam, what's your thoughts on what Phil talking about these Clippers, man, about pushing somebody to the limit?
They tough. I mean, every team going to compete.
Right, every team going to compete.
Every team going to compete.
Yeah.
But I mean, Phoenix look different this year, yeah.
Different.
Bro. I mean, they just look different.
They were so far above. I mean, every other team, even in the West, it wasn't even close. Like, you know what I mean? And Chris Paul missed a bunch of games. You know, so we'll see. And
he missed a bunch of games after the All-Star. After the All-Star break, he missed a bunch of games. They played well this season.
Ayton missed a bunch of games before that, though.
Yeah.
They played well. They played well this season, but playoffs a whole nother season.
Okay. We'll see. All right. Yeah, we'll see.
Paul George missed a bunch of games. They didn't expect us to be in it.
He did. Hey, like I said, y'all gonna make
Norman Powell missed a bunch of games, just as many as Chris Paul missed.
Y'all getting that 7 seed. I'll put it like that. 7 seed, y'all can go 6 games. If y'all saying the 8 seed, y'all might get swept. Y'all might get swept.
Well, I can't wait till we start talking about the Heat then. The real suspects.
I gotta be personal though. Why I gotta be personal all the time? All right. Well, let's say.
You act like you don't want. You act like you ain't watched basketball last playoffs or something.
Hey, listen.
We was right there with everybody without Kawhi Leonard. Got the Jazz out of there.
Phil, you living on last year, my brother. This ain't last year. What
else can I go by? What else am I going by?
We gotta go by what you seen this season. This season. All right. I seen a team that ain't nobody expect to do nothing without the 2 superstars right there in the running. I agree with that. They're going to compete because they got again. Well, I think there's top 3 coaches in the NBA. They're going to compete. You know, don't get me wrong, but I just Phoenix is different. Memphis again, I'll give you that. Phoenix is different. Anyway, so segueing into that, you talked about Phoenix and Miami, all these teams. Let me give you my conference finals picks in the East and the West, and I'll let y'all go. East and the West, right? Eastern Conference. Yes, I have Miami, and I have Milwaukee. I have Miami losing to Milwaukee in the conference finals. I have Milwaukee going back to the finals. I have Phoenix in the West. To be honest, I haven't put a lot of stock in who they'll face. I guess I'll still lean towards Golden State, even though that Denver Golden State series is going to be very good, very entertaining. I don't think Denver has enough to win without Murray, but I think it'll be entertaining. And then you'll probably see like a Memphis and then Golden State in the second round as that 2-3 matchup. And the winner of that will face Phoenix. So I'll give Golden State that. So I think Golden State, Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, time out. I don't mean to interrupt, but that means you counting out LA? You counting out the Clippers?
I'm counting out the Clippers, yeah. Yeah, good. So I've got
all right.
Gotta get us started, Sam. So I got a rematch of last year's finals, Phoenix and Milwaukee. And I've got to go in different though. People forget last year Phoenix was up 2-0 before Chris Paul got banged up. This year Phoenix comes back. They've been on a mission. They kind of remind me of the way the Spurs on a mission in 2014 after they had that tough finals loss to the Heat. They came back the next year, took care of business, and this team has even exceeded that. I think they'll get back to the finals and beat Milwaukee probably in 6 games. Who wants to go next with your conference finals picks?
I really don't know how the brackets is working out. So I might pick 2 teams in the same side for real.
Go ahead.
But I definitely like the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I like the Hawks too.
You like the Hawks to do what?
I like the Hawks. I like the Hawks to advance. As far as to the finals. Is that possible?
No,
Hawks and Bucks.
Who they got to go through, Felix? Tell me who they got to go through.
Phil, so you said, all right, so Phil, so you're saying the Hawks are going to win the play-in game, all right, beat Charlotte, okay? That can happen. Yeah. They can happen. But let me tell you why it's not. So they're gonna win the play-in game, beat Charlotte, then be the 8 seed. And you tell me they're gonna beat Miami?
Yeah, they can beat Miami.
You hear how you saying this, Sam? So they're gonna beat Miami.
They can beat Miami.
I like it.
That's the least impressive number one seed I've seen in I don't know how long.
You haven't watched us this year. You saying that you haven't watched us?
I have watched y'all.
You haven't watched us
basketball. It's dull and unimpressive as it gets.
The East is the best. Hold on. Let me ask you this: the Eastern Conference has been the best since the '90s. So if the Eastern Conference has been the best since the 90s,
y'all got off to a good start because Joel Embiid was down with COVID at the beginning of the year, and Drew Holiday was down with COVID.
We just won 6 straight games in the season before last night.
And you lost 4 straight before that. So
everybody loses games. Everybody loses games with that man.
4 straight. Like I said, y'all are the dullest number 1 seed I've seen in a long time.
Wow. So what about Atlanta when Atlanta was the number 1 seed with Al Horford, Kyle Korver, Teague? So
was more exciting than this season. That was more exciting than this season. They had the home crowd was so hyped. Kyle Korver had the team so hyped. Man, this Heat team is real dull, man, and I don't see them advancing past the second round. Truthfully, this is truthfully from my heart. They're dull.
So all right,
depending on these, you depending on these. So these wishy-washy Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro.
No, Duncan Robinson going on the bench now. Duncan Robinson going on the bench now. Max Strus.
You depend on them. You depend on them for points, though.
We depend on
Duncan. Depending on them.
We depend on
Duncan. And you depending on Tyler Herro. Big time. You said it the other day.
Oh, don't worry. Tyler Herro
on them kind of guys.
Man of the year, Tyler Herro will come through. He's a clutch player. He'll come through. Phil, you forget we got dogs on our team. You a dog. You don't like dogs? PJ Tucker.
The dog.
Come on,
Mark dog, man.
Oladipo. When I
see Phoenix, I see number 1. When I hear Phoenix, number 1 rings in my ears. When I hear Heat, number 1 just don't ring. I see like a 5th or 6th seed. How are they number 1? I don't get it.
That's why you ain't watching. All right, but
how did that happen?
This is my thing, though.
I told you how it happened.
Whether it's Atlanta or whether it's Miami. So then in the second round, they would have to beat a Philly or Toronto. So you're not real high on Embiid and Harden.
I like if it wasn't Atlanta, I like Toronto before any other team.
So can Toronto beat Philly in the first round?
Yes.
I agree with that. But
yes.
So let me.
They got a championship pedigree.
I just want to make sure this is on wax. All right. So in the Eastern Conference, you got Milwaukee against who? Are you going with Atlanta? Is that your prediction?
I just switched to Toronto.
You going with Toronto?
I forgot about them. I forgot about them for real.
Okay, Toronto, and Milwaukee. Okay, in the West,
and I make the Hawks my sleeper. I make the Hawks my sleeper over there.
You better hope the Hawks so you make the playoffs. But who you got out West? Phoenix and who? Because it's Phoenix. Phoenix and who?
Man, look, I ain't saying nothing about Phoenix yet.
It's Phoenix.
don't do that. Let me talk. It's like it's Phoenix and I hate to sound crazy, but I like man, Luka's gonna be dangerous this postseason, man.
I like that. I like Luka.
He's gonna be real dangerous.
I like Luka. We talked a little bit about that Saturday. I like he had a little calf injury yesterday, but I think he'll be all right.
After Phoenix is hard to pick, man, for real.
It is.
After Phoenix is tough.
The West end is tough.
I like my boys.
That's why our number 1 in the East is so.
I don't know about all that gibberish either.
Listen, so
especially with the Heat as the number 1 seed, because there's a lot of teams out west that give the Heat all they can handle, every bit of all they can handle.
You didn't watch this year, bro. We'll talk. You didn't watch this.
I'll watch basketball.
Watch this year, bro.
I'll watch basketball.
We'll talk.
I'll watch basketball.
Phoenix, Dallas, they have Utah in the first round. I think they'll beat Utah, and Luka finally got the first round. Only team he's facing in the playoffs is always the Clippers, and he gave them hell. The best 2 defenders. Couldn't do nothing with it. He had my heart racing so many times. I like to throw them on at the TV. Now the only thing that would mess them up with them being the 4 seed, they would have to face Phoenix in the second round. So conference finals, they probably wouldn't get there. But I to your point though, I like your point with Dallas. I like them. Sam, what's your thoughts on the be the voice of reason? And here, what's your thoughts on the East first, and then the West?
On the East, I got a little bit different. I got a little shakeup. I like Milwaukee and Philly in the conference finals.
Milwaukee
and Philly
in the conference finals.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, I got Milwaukee and Philly in the conference finals.
Okay. What's your thoughts on that?
I think Milwaukee's gonna pull it off. I think Milwaukee's gonna end up bumping them off. Maybe get 6 or 7.
Okay.
Then going out west.
Hold on. Before you go out west for a sec, brother. First, well, I want so
he do not like that. He do not like that.
No, hold on.
He do not like that. He not be a part of the conversation.
No, this is the thing.
They not that.
I do like it. I do like it. I do like it. I do like it. Let me tell you why. I do like it because Philly was smart. Philly didn't want to. Philly, remember, people gotta remember they could have been 1, 2, or 3. They got 4. They didn't want to see Brooklyn. They knew if they faced Brooklyn, they'd be done in the first round. So they did a smart thing. They fell to 4. Now they're facing Toronto. Thibault can't go to Toronto because he's unvaccinated.
Yeah,
that could affect them. But
that's the problem.
Yeah, if they can get through Toronto, then they could potentially face Miami. And I know we're a little small. Bam facing Embiid. If you want to pick Philly, I wouldn't have no problem with it. But my thing is that James Harden, is he going to show up to be the James Harden that he was in Houston? Because he can't be the one that he's been.
He is what he is.
And
he is what he is.
He looks like he lost a little explosion. So that's my only thing. But let me ask you this, Sam. This is my real point. So I guess you're saying, because I know you're a Brooklyn fan. So is Brooklyn going to lose in the first round of Boston, or are they going to lose in the second round?
They're going to lose second round of Milwaukee. Boston. I told you earlier in the week, Boston's in trouble.
You see what Milwaukee did? Milwaukee dropped on purpose to the 3, and they let Boston come up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Boston should have lost on purpose and stayed at 3.
They don't want to see that 6'10" monster over there.
I like that. I like Boston. They want the smoke. They got they ready. They got
them young boys in ready.
2-headed monster, 3-headed monster, if you want to call it that. They're ready.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that stop hurting Boston is Robert Williams getting hurt. That's hurting.
And he might come back though, right?
Second round.
Second round.
They said 6 weeks. 6 weeks. It's only been like 2.
Yeah, they talking about second round, but I mean,
Al Horford is. You can depend on him in the playoffs.
I think Boston.
Yeah, Al Horford out there. Yeah, they can beat him. They need to fire Steve Nash. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, they should have never hired him. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah.
but
Cat was saying that when it first happened.
Yeah, what you got out west, Sam?
Another surprise. I'm going out with Phoenix and Golden State. I got Golden State in 7.
Oh, okay. You like Stephen A. Golden State in 7.
Yeah,
so you
got Golden State in 7.
Steph going to be healthy. Draymond going to be healthy. Clay's going to be in rhythm. So that 3. Only thing with them, the pieces around it, they got enough around them. The Jordan Pooles, the Gary Paytons, the guys that haven't really been there. They got enough to help the big 3.
I think I'm looking more like what is Looney going to give you defensively against Ayton?
Nothing.
Defensively?
Nothing.
So Ayton's gonna run over him?
Still nothing.
I think they got enough. They got enough.
He holla Looney.
He got
to bang with Ayton. But I think they got enough. I think you get a healthy Chef. You get Klay Thompson is in rhythm. I think you said it right there. Draymond's back.
Listen,
Draymond may have to go over there. Draymond go over there.
They can win, but don't holla Looney. That's all.
Draymond may have to go over there.
And Draymond better stay away too. He's not big enough. He's too small.
He ain't big enough, yo. Ayton's got so good touch around the rim, man. I'm telling you, man. I just, but it's a good pick though. So you got
the problem. You
got Golden State and Milwaukee in the finals.
Yeah.
And who you got winning? Is Milwaukee going back to back, or is it Golden State?
Yeah, I see Milwaukee going back to back.
Going back to back. Okay, all right. So you got Milwaukee back to back. I've got Phoenix winning. And Phil, did you ever say who was going to win it though? I know you say you're going to the finals. Who's going to win it though? Who's going to win it all?
And that boy in Milwaukee is special, boy. I'm trying to tell you. He's special.
He is.
He's special.
Yeah, he is.
And it's only one man that's going to dethrone him, and you won't see him till next season.
Who?
And you
Kawhi.
know who
Must be Kawhi. Must be Kawhi.
Only one man who's going to dethrone him.
Must be Kawhi.
And you won't see him till next season.
Let me say this. Now I know they swept us last year. We had a tough first round, but don't forget, before that, we got the book out on it. Now we got PJ Tucker. We got PJ Tucker who was in that system. We got guys to throw at him. Now you heard I picked Milwaukee to beat.
You saw about. You just said something about Looney. You might can put Tucker in the you pushing it with that one.
Oh man, we got bodies, baby.
Lance been throwing PJ Tucker name out all day.
All day long. We got. This is my point, y'all. This is my point. Whatever matchup we got. This is my point, y'all. With the matchup, we got bodies. We got 5 or 6 defenders that we can throw at teams now in the playoffs. And then we got shooters. And then we got the head of the snake, Kyle Lowry. We don't got Dragic no more. I love Dragic. I appreciate all you did for us. But Kyle Lowry is a different monster. He knows when to pass. He knows when to take a charge. He knows when to score. He knows when to get people involved. You know, Phil, that's your boy.
He got championship. He got championship pedigree courtesy of.
No. Don't say courtesy.
Say it again, Phil.
No courtesy.
He got championship pedigree courtesy of. You know who?
Lowry is Mr. Toronto. He's Mr. Toronto. And just as much as he needed Kawhi.
Now he's Mr. Toronto. Now he is. After Savior came through there.
So let me ask you this: so we got this experience with Lowry, and Jimmy's been to the finals, and Bam's been to the finals, and PJ Tucker's won. So we got experience on our side, but you still are going with Atlanta's and all these other teams. That's what you.
Yeah, I ain't sold.
All right.
That bubble experience ain't I ain't too tickled about that bubble experience.
Hey, you gonna find out. Let me hear this. You gonna find out about Tyler Hero. A lot of y'all gonna find out about Tyler Hero. Even y'all that's gonna watch this.
I just told you that's who you depending on for your points. I know you depending on.
We got Jimmy
you depending on Duncan Robinson.
We got Bam Adebayo. As Kenneth Perkins said, out of the bio, we got Bam Adebayo. You know what I'm saying?
They just who's the main man there? I want to know who the main man is.
Jimmy Butler.
It might be Lowry at this point.
We got Jimmy. We got Lowry. We got Hero.
What I'm saying. Who's the main man? Is it Jimmy? Is it Bam?
We got Bam.
Is it Hero?
We deep, baby. We deep, baby.
When you got a team that don't have a definitive leader, you in trouble.
Jimmy's a leader. He's an all-star. Jimmy's a leader.
That's not a good leader. You got punched Eric Spoelstra in the mouth last week.
All right, we're gonna see.
Not a good leader.
We're gonna see.
I ain't told, man. The championship team got a definitive leader, a finals MVP that you know it's gonna be.
All right.
You got Kawhi Leonard, you got Devin Booker, you got names like that. Jimmy Butler ain't in that. He's not in that.
That's what help this year. Kyle Lowry hits big shots. He's a clutch time player. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But let me ask you this. I know y'all might not have the bracket in front of you. What's an intriguing matchup? And I can give you the seedings. I'll let Sam go first, and then Phil, I'll go to you. I can read off the seedings and whatnot. But Sam, intriguing matchup for you in the East or the West in the first round. You can choose one. What's the most intriguing to you? Where you like, I can't miss this one. I gotta get my popcorn. I can't miss a single game in that series, and just tell me why.
Boston and Brooklyn,
yeah.
Boston and Brooklyn.
I agree.
Yeah. Pretty self-explanatory when you got, you got Kyrie, a former Celtic, along with KD, and then you got Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Because like Phil said, them boys are scared of nothing. Them boys like, hey, y'all want to?
Yeah, they're not scared.
We fine with that. They can score. Tatum had 50 something on early in the year. I think he had 50 on him or something like 54. So them boys are not scared. And Marcus Smart, he won all the smoke. All the smoke. So
he's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So it's gonna be real competitive even without Williams. I think like Phil said with Horford and they even got the white boy back 27.
Tice,
thank you, Dan.
Let me ask you: did they move Horford to the 5?
Horford's playing.
Yeah, he was playing the 5.
Yeah, he's playing the 5. Yeah, so they got, and I tell you that another move they made. We talked about the Spurs and them getting the cat from the Spurs too. The trade line, White. Yeah, they did. They did real good at the trade.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, they did real good at the trade deadline. So it's going, and their defense. Let's shut out Udoka. Email Udoka. I used to just call him the husband of Nia Long.
Hey, Popovich coaching tree.
Yeah, that Popovich coaching tree. He's done a phenomenal job. With that team. And that defense, their defensive team now, you couldn't say that last year. Last year they played Brooklyn. They got one game, but they were nowhere near a defensive team that they are right now.
Yeah.
So, that's who Brooklyn should have got.
Yeah. Coach. Definitely should have. So, all right. So intriguing matchup. But yeah, as far as for me, just to be kind of different for me, the most intriguing matchup for me that I want to see is really out west, and I'm gonna actually go with 2 because I'm gonna talk about both of them: Utah and Dallas, and Golden State and Denver for different reasons. Utah and Dallas. I don't know what's going on in Utah, but I think I was telling Phil the other day we was riding 2 of the 3, or maybe I was telling Sam, I've been with both of y'all recently. 2 of the 3 in Utah is getting ready to go. Quinn Snyder, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. 2 of those 3 are going to be going all season. They're going to lose in the first round. They're blowing leads. I don't know what's going on over
if they smart, they wouldn't even make it 2 out of the 3. They would just look. We know Mitchell ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's what they should do, and that's what they should do. But I don't know how it's going to end up. But and I want to see Luka. I love the pieces around Luka and them getting Dinwiddie, and I'm a big Jalen Brunson fan. And Jason Kidd's done a phenomenal job there. Another guy the Lakers should have gave the job to a couple of years ago, along with Ty Lue.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to do that. So that's a whole nother story on that. And then, Golden State and Denver. You were talking about Sam about Draymond trying to guard Ayton, but Draymond might have to try to go there and guard Big Jokic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
with that cat, you know what I'm saying? Big hey Phil, I was telling Sam, you might have been on that podcast a couple years ago. We did the top 25. And I had Jokic in my top 25 way back then. He was maybe like 17, 18 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the job he's done, you know what I'm saying, with that team without Murray and without
Porter. MVP.
It's been so there great segue. So that's why it's 3 like this. So Phil, he's an MVP. Why is Jokic an MVP? Over Embiid, Giannis, Booker, those guys.
He's doing the most with less.
Okay.
He's doing the most with less.
He's doing
it all. He's doing it all. Jamal Murray hurt. I can't even call the whole starting 5 out. Mm-hmm. He's doing the most with less. He's unstoppable.
I can't either.
He's getting a double-digit assists, double-digit rebounds, double-digit points. He's a one-stop shop. He's doing the most with less. He's just unbelievable.
Yeah. He's tough. Sam, who you got as your MVP?
I'm gonna give it to Embiid. I respect what Felix is saying with doing the most with less, but I feel like Embiid just got Harden, so he didn't have Ben Simmons all season. Tobias has really been on the back of a milk carton most of the year. Maxey has definitely stepped up, but you really, like I said, outside of Maxey, who else are you really thinking about that Embiid has had?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, he just got Harden, so I think this is the year Embiid has to give it. We'll get it this year.
Yeah, I've never seen a year quite like this where even in the media, I was listening to First Take a little bit today, and there's guys that haven't even voted yet. They really don't honestly know who to vote for. I've never seen it like so. Honestly, out of Jokic and Embiid, I'll just stick with them 2 for a second. I know people are putting Giannis in there. Maybe it's voter fatigue. Maybe it's not. I've heard people say out of those 3. And they're starting to get Booker love now. But out of those 3, whoever wins it, you really can't complain. But for me, out of Jokic and Embiid, for me, is the 2 for me that you really can't complain about. Giannis is a top 3 player in the league. He's great. He like he said, he's
the best in the league. He's the best player in the league.
He's the best. I can't argue with that. I can't. I know people say KD. Some people say KD. Some people might even still say LeBron. I don't know how you can at this point, but Giannis, I can't refute that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be interesting, like how people end up voting, because the way I see it, I'm gonna be honest, I'm jumping back and forth every day too. I mean, honestly, I've been with Embiid for like most of the year for a lot of reasons Sam said, but I also been been reminded of what Jokic has done with less, as Phil said, because he has done with less. My only argument with that is like, the narrative thing, like they are still a 6 seed, and before it was hard to win MVP with a 6 seed unless you were Russ, and Russ had that historic year. But to Phil's point, Jokic, what did he just do? The rebound, points, and assists, first player in history. So he has done something historic. So if he was to win it with less, doing what he's done, because like Phil said, I'm a basketball. You know me, I love basketball. I can't even name a starting 5 right now, and that's me saying that. I can't. I get start 5. So but I will say, I'm gonna let you go. Say, and being the first center to lead the league in scoring since Shaq, still giving you 12 rebounds, shooting the 3. His team is top 4 in the East, along with all the other issues you had. It's tough, man. Go ahead, Sam.
Felix, you said, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but you said Giannis is the best player in the league, right?
Absolutely.
Was he the best player in the league last year?
In the playoffs, he was.
I guess so. My point is that I want to know if you're saying it convincingly, Jokic, but you're saying Giannis is the best player in the league. Why is he not getting more credit? You're getting more votes.
I get an edge to Jokic because, like I said, he doesn't have the kind of players that Giannis has around him.
But so if he had Porter, if he had Porter and Murray and all of the, would he have been number 2 seed this year? Because Giannis' team is number 2. Maybe number 1. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Who you talking about adding Jamal Murray? You talking about adding the other boy? What's his name? Porter. Yeah. You talking about adding them 2 to that? What they already got?
They be easily top 2.
That could be a number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Giannis is 3.
Yeah.
He dropped to the 3.
3 seed. My fault. Yeah.
So what's your point, Sam? Are you saying because
you got 2 all-stars? You got 2 all-stars on that team with Giannis. You got
Holiday and Middleton.
Holiday and Middleton.
I'm just saying, like, it's crazy how the best player in the game is doing. He's not doing anything less than what he did the year before, and doing a tad bit more on the rebounds, and he's not getting enough talk about the MVP.
Well, this is the thing.
Like you said, you get Dahl with seeing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dahl was seeing it.
I think it's really voters fatigue. But Sam, I will say this a little bit though. Giannis is getting. No, we haven't said it, but Giannis is getting just as much pub as Embiid and Jokic as MVP. If he was to get his third MVP, I don't think anybody would be like, "Oh, he get it." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he no surprise. Yeah. Plus the defense.
Yeah, plus the defense and Embiid. That's why I put them both over Jokic with the defense. But Jokic makes his teammates better though, obviously.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
Yeah, but we know too the best player don't always win the MVP. I mean, we know that for years. Or you can go back to MJ. You know what I mean? That don't always.
And Kobe with Steve Nash getting back to back, and then Dirk Nowitzki. That's what you need to pinpoint when you talk about the best player don't get the MVP because Kobe only got 1.
Sam was just
he had a stretch. He had a 5-6 year stretch there when he was definitely the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, we had to talk about that another time. That 5-6. I can't refute that right now. I ain't got no evidence in my mind, but he should definitely have more than 1 MVP. I'll say that.
It's in your memory books. You know the man's work. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, we got another show with you anyway. Because I see y'all talking in the group chat about the whole top 10 or whatever y'all saw the other day. I just let y'all talk. Y'all, Skinner said, why you didn't comment? I said, y'all made good points. I ain't even got to comment because one thing with Phil anyway, you ain't gonna change Phil's mind. If Phil don't like somebody,
you're not gonna change my mind.
You gonna change my mind.
And my mind has never been changed on LeBron James. Ever since that decision, he's been the biggest hand-holding superstar I've ever seen in my life. And the reason you don't want to talk about it is because your boy the coat tailed off for 2-3 championships. That's why you don't want to talk about it.
Hold on.
Why you don't want to talk about it.
Now, first of all, we being real, we would have had another championship if LeBron had showed up in that first year. D Wade would have been the Finals MVP. Let's not get it twisted. He averaged 28 against the Mavs. We can talk about that another time. But let me say this: since you talked about LeBron,
we can talk about that L now if you want against Dirk Nowitzki single-handedly.
Since we talk, no, don't get no single-handedly. Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Sean Murray, Tyson Chandler,
Jason Terry, huh?
That's right.
Talking about LeBron James and D Wade, and we gonna say Jason Kidd.
Jason Terry was tough. Come on now. Jason Terry
was tough.
And this supposed to be the playoff preview, but we had no business being in the finals that year. We had no business being in the finals that year. Anyway, moving right along.
With a souped-up team like that.
Since you talked about LeBron, what's your thoughts on what happened in LA? Frank Vogel got fired today. The team's a mess. You know,
it's such a shame.
You're a former Laker.
It's not Frank Vogel's fault. I had to get away from that as soon as I knew he was going to bring that mockery to LA. I got out of there as soon as I heard.
Kawhi should have came
because I knew it wouldn't happen.
Kawhi should have came. Remember Kawhi?
Nobody wants to play with him. Nobody wants to play with that. So he can take the blame when they lose. Poor Malik Monk. Poor Frank Vogel. Poor all the whole rest of the Lakers team besides the big three.
Malik Monk ready to get paid though. Somebody ready to get him.
He deserved to get paid. He deserved to get paid too.
He do. He had a good year. Sam, what's your thoughts on LeBron and the Lakers, man? This is everything that happened this year. I mean, they did only play 21 games together, the big three, but my problem with LeBron is he didn't take ownership of. Listen, we had a bad year. That's all I want LeBron to do. Something like, brother, take ownership.
The accountability is not there for him. It's never been.
It's terrible for the Lakers. I'm not even a thrill. I ain't a LeBron fan, so it's terrible for the Lakers. But I think, we had podcasts before that we've done on the Real Sports Fan podcast where we talked about AD's injury issues, and I think he is what we said he was.
Ben Green said,
yeah, he is what they are. What we thought they were. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, that piece hurts.
Let me ask you guys this to fix it. Let me ask you like this: is Russell Wilson going to be a Laker next offseason?
Russell Westbrook?
I'm sorry. Why I say Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson in Denver.
Russell Westbrook. Is he going to be a Laker next offseason?
$47 million? Yes.
Yeah, player option.
Yeah, that contract.
$47 million, absolutely.
He's definitely going to take the player option. I was telling Sam yesterday, he's definitely going to take the player option now. I think it's easier to trade him with an aspiring deal, even though it's 47. But my thing is this: I don't think it's all on Russ, like a lot of people. I honestly, and even Frank Vogel, don't get me wrong, I keep hearing everybody today, it's not Vogel fault, it's not Vogel fault. It's not all Vogel fault. The roster construction was pitiful. And Pelinka, they got Kurt Rambis and Lyndon Rambis in the front office. I don't know what they doing, telling people stuff, this, and the third. But I will say this: Vogel could have did more with certain lineups. I watch a lot of Laker games. He could have did more with certain lineups. With that being said, I don't think the problem is getting rid of Russ. I say keep Russ, find a different coach, but put more shooters around those guys. You know what I mean? And just try to see what happened. I understand why they tried to do it, because I think LeBron was saying he needed that spark plug, that guy to take some onus off of him. But it was talking about, of course, the day that Russ didn't want to pass. Like they was talking about whoever get the rebound, bring it up.
The spark plug should be AD. That should be the spark plug.
He should be the best player on the team right now, but he's not, because as Phil said, he can't stay healthy, man. If you want to trade somebody, you might want to look and see what you can get for AD this offseason.
Broke down, man.
The Knicks will take him.
Yeah, that's why you ready to jump back over there now to the Knicks?
Nah. I'm staying with KD.
Oh man, But yeah.
You can get something for AD, but you got to talk about the real problem here, man. It's LeBron James. He's the issue. He's the problem.
So can a coach come in and fix that though? Was that more LeBron? LeBron has to change himself.
Name coach.
Listen, he's been playing for 20 years. He's uncoachable. Listen to the coaches who the coaches he had. David Blatt.
You can't say young
David Blatt.
Yeah, Spoelstra talk about it.
Spo, baby.
Eric Spoelstra turned out to be okay, surprisingly. But when he first got there, you didn't know who he was either.
Top 15 coach, baby.
You can't blame Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel went to the Eastern Conference Finals with a lesser team with the Indiana Pacers.
They did. But what do you want LeBron to do? What do you want LeBron to do?
Sit down somewhere. It's over. You talking about playing with your son and this and that? You got all kind of other stuff.
That's what he worried about.
It's your fault. It's his fault. It's his fault. Nobody want to play with you. You heard Steph Curry the other day. I mean, but none of these guys want to play with him.
Taken out of context though. But anyway,
they don't want to play with him, man.
Listen. I'll say this. They got to do a lot of roster construction with that team. They got to put better shooters around them. They got to do a lot. But we'll see. But all I know is Miami Conference Finals, Milwaukee Conference Finals. I got Phoenix winning it. Y'all heard Sam. Sam's got Golden State and Milwaukee. Milwaukee going back to back. And I still know we got a clear answer. Phil did pick Milwaukee. Phil's got Milwaukee winning it again as well. So it's going to be an interesting playoffs. I do want to big up Memphis as a 2 seed in the West. I did not see them being as good. Them boys are young. They're hungry. They remind me of a younger Golden State team when they started coming together. Them boys ain't going nowhere no time soon with Baines and Dylan Brooks and Jackson and them boys is tough, man. Melton and all them cats, man. So I do want to big up to them, man. Anything else y'all want to get out as far as something that stands out, something y'all want to bring up, or anything else besides that regarding the playoffs?
Nah, I'm gonna reiterate, Boston in trouble.
Boston in trouble. Boston trouble in the 2-7 if they face
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't think they're in trouble either. I think that because even me at a point you can tell me at number one see Kyrie and KD Kyrie. But listen, first of all, they do need to see Ben. They need a defensive person there.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's not there. And two, they haven't played a lot together. That team has got holes. They got Dragic and Steph Curry. I know those guys can shoot the ball and stuff, but they got a lot of holes. Aldridge is trying to do what he can do. Blake Griffin don't get no clout. Boston's a more complete team. Miami's a more complete team. I do think that Brooklyn will get these teams 6, possibly 7 games, but I still think also the higher seeds will still win, but it'll be a dogfight. That's what I think. That's what I ultimately think. So we'll see. And I apologize. You had that B on there. I did think it was the Red Sox. I was thinking about the Yankees. I had a flashback, but that's your Brooklyn. That's your Brooklyn cat. What is that? Purple? I can't see that purple.
No, she black. That's
black. That's all you can have as a Yankees fan. Flashbacks has been 15 years.
But man, yeah, don't worry. Hey, we coming this year, man. We coming. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's really all I got, man. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to get together with my guys, and talk. We got a couple more that might be on there. You see, he got his Clippers hat on. He got his BK hat on. I got my Heat hat on. That's what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? We represent our squads, and we'll see what happens. And I'm sure we'll have some nice old side bets and stuff offline and on the side. And I can't wait to talk to y'all about it. So with that being said, Phil, Sam, everybody, Real Sports Fan Podcast, playoff preview. Check me out. Got another episode dropping quickly after this one, so check me out soon. But we out of here. Peace. All right, fellas.
Peace.